It's Wednesday night. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if you're already having several messages. People just sending me messages like, and then Marty, you are the sweetest. I even had somebody say, I know you had surgery. If you need me to do it for you, I have the most amazing people. I love my friends. Thank you so much for offering to do it. I have a funny story I got to start off with though. I just pulled that up. I did have my deviated septum surgery. I was starting to get migraines, and when I finally went in the doctor, they were like, "You have complete closure. You're a mouth breather. You're not going to hear your nose." So I had a surgery, and then husband and I went to the post-op to see Dr. Bovenkirk. Saw my good friend there, Bridget. I love you. And then I was like, "So what caused this to all of a sudden happen?" And he's like, "Well, it's whenever you broke your nose." I'm like, "I've never broken my nose." He's like, "Well, yes, you have." It's like I've been there. And I said, "Well, I always tell people not to watch the videos on YouTube of your surgery," which I started to, of deviated septum. I do not recommend watching that. Don't. Just don't. And he said, "Well, yes, that's exactly what we did, but at some point in your life, you've broken your nose." And I'm like, "No." I said, "I never broken anything. I cracked a vertebra one time teaching somebody how to do a kip and pull up, but I mean, I still finished teaching 2 classes and then drove myself to the hospital, and the wait was long, so I drove myself to a different hospital and crawled into the ER and got some medicine. But no, I have no memory of ever breaking my nose. I'm either just a yeah. I thought that was interesting. I've been to ear, nose, and throat doctors my whole life, and I mean, I can't keep on nose. I don't understand. yeah. I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, it was a very funny story. And then yeah, it made for a good story. I laughed a lot about that today. And I'll continue to laugh about that story. It was a good story. So I like good stories. And in case you don't know, I'm back in school again for the 50th time because I still like to learn. I'm getting my degree to teach history. And I'm probably going to go on and want to get my master's and everything in that because I really do like it. And we have this discussion board in one of my, well, like in all the classes. And I'm sure some people see my name come up and they're like, "Here she comes." What's she? But anyway, real quick, I have this one class that I'm just like obsessed with. I absolutely love it. And it's all about the Mongolian history. And the professor in this class is brilliant. I think I've never seen him because it's all online, but I'm pretty sure he glows. I'm guessing he glows, and he has like glitter and stuff. But we got to write about like our opinion. We got to do some research on one of the greatest generals ever in the history of mankind, and his name is Subutai. And you probably never heard of him, but you've heard of Genghis Khan. And you know Genghis Khan, whatever version you want to call him, born Temujin, who, took over most of the world. Kind of a big deal. And, it kind of puts things into perspective about why does Alexander the Great get called Alexander the Great and then Genghis Khan gets called a barbarian. It's how the story is told and who is telling the story. I don't know, a little insight on things. But Subutai, it was kind of like how the Bible has, stories of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. He kind of had his 4 dogs of war, is what they were called, and Sabbatai was one of his 4 dogs of war. He was probably one of the greatest tacticians of war ever. And I actually spent like a lot of time reading a 45-page document that some military leader had written on just what he did to take over Russia. You know, no big deal. But we got to write like our opinion on who he was, where he came from, on stuff that we found. And of course, I spent a lot of time because I thought it was super cool, and write it inside of this discussion board. And the professor is phenomenal because he really allows me like free roam on my opinions on things, because it's 2,000-year-old history. I mean, we really don't know. We're guessing. And so this one kid comes back and he's like, "Where are you getting this from?" And I'm like, Ancient Aliens, season 6, obviously. I'm like, no, everywhere. The more you ask, the more you can search into things. I did watch season 6 of Ancient Aliens, obviously, and know that some people think that Genghis Khan was a shaman that could communicate with aliens. That has something to do with Sabbatai, obviously. But, you know, if you find something that is fascinating, ask. If it's from YouTube or, you know, an article and, you know, in some weird magazine, it might be completely wrong, but there's such beauty in a good story. I like the Mongols. I think they were great. They were great warriors, and they believed in oaths and codes. I like people like that. But yes, I know they killed a lot of people. I understand that. God bless them. God bless their souls. But, yeah, Sabbatai was a fantastic, I'm talking a genius when it came to the cool stuff. But anyway, now to funny stuff. But anyways, yeah, so I've had a broken nose, and Sabbatai was a phenomenal Mongolian warrior, in case no one ever knew that. Congratulations. Fred the Turtle is doing great. I'm going to have to let him go, because if you've ever watched my YouTube channel, I talk about it's okay to keep a turtle for a little bit, but then you have to let them go back into the wilderness. So this weekend, I'm going to let Fred go. So anyway, now I'm going to read the nugget, because I need to laugh, because every day needs laughter. And if you find your days where you don't have laughter, we need to find something. We need to fix it. We're going to do something. So, we have Dahlonega, Georgia. And if you ever get to hear the story of Fenway Park, there's one chair in Fenway Park, if you ever get to go, that's a different color. It's a neat story, too. And if you ever get the tour guide, I hope you get a good one that tells the story. Because a lot of times, the storyteller makes all the difference. Okay, Lumpkin County, September 15th. What we got going on? I feel better now. I'm ready. I'm back. A man said someone stole all 4 of his chainsaws. Stop stealing stuff. I am so sorry, because chainsaws are very expensive, especially if you do that for a line of work. Deer cams are on sale right now at Walmart. I can tell you that. There are, I mean, again, you steal something from my property, I'm going to have you on camera. So, please install some deer cams. You can get a lot, too. You can probably start going on the Facebook sites, you know, as far as the yard sales, and getting you some. But please, I'm very, very sad and very sorry. I hope that you get those back. I'm sorry. Thieves. A woman said that her tenants moved out and stole an air conditioning unit and replaced a new, a woman said that her tenants moved out and stole an air conditioning unit and replaced a new refrigerator with an old one. The tenants blamed the movers, but the woman said that didn't make any sense. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, hold on. A woman said that her tenant, okay, so when the tenants moved out, okay, so say Bob and Sam lived there. And Bob and Sam, when they moved out, the landlord, the air conditioning unit is replaced with a poopy one. But Bob and Sam said that they didn't do it, that the movers did. And the landlord, who's a woman, said, that doesn't make any sense. I have to agree. Doesn't make any sense all the way around. But hopefully she gets the new one back. Always take pictures. Landlords and tenants. Take video, too. If you can get, like, a date and stuff in there. Anytime, I do that with hotels, too. Like, when I go in, I don't want them charging me for something I didn't do. That's my name. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You are absolutely right. It does not make sense. And I'm about to sneeze, and I really hope not to, because, again, I'm healing from a defeat accepted from a ghost broken nose. Okay, September 16th. I'm supposed to breathe in my mouth. Oh, I want to say hey to my friend Eileen. She's from another country and she watches this. Probably shouldn't be doing that when I say that. Hi, Eileen. Next time you see me in Walmart, I would like to give you a side hug. I should like to give you a real hug, but with COVID, you don't have to run from me. I know that I'm loud and kind of overwhelming, but welcome to America. I'm glad that you are here. You are beautiful, and I love you already, and I would like to be your friend. Okay. Okay. I don't want to sneeze. It is very painful. Okay. A man said someone stole 2 jars of change and his DVD player. You know what's sad about things, too? Because y'all know most of the time when people are stealing things, a lot of it's being pawned or traded for drugs. And so I do, when all this is said and we're all done laughing, I do say prayers for everybody involved, because most of the time when things are stolen in law enforcement, it is going to be drug-related. So I am sorry for people. I know I say that I get mad, but deep down, my heart is breaking for them. So I am sad. Two big jars of change. We've got like one of them. We got one of them. Them and there. Water. Matthew's husband still uses cash for everything. I don't know if he used plastic for anything. So we have a lot of change, and that sound every day when he, again, I told you every morning it starts with I hear the words, I love you. And that's the first thing I hear when he comes home, too. I have a good life. I have the greatest marriage. There's nothing in my marriage that I could change to make it better. Nothing. So, that's good stuff. I have a perfect glowing professor. And I have a perfect marriage. And I have 2 of the greatest children on the face of the earth. I have a great life. And I have deer cameras all up on my property. So, come get my chain store. Anyway, so, okay, I hope you get your DVD player back. Maybe it's vintage. Oh, no. God bless them. Okay. September 17th. A woman, Possum is running in the house. Possum's a cat, but he's perfect. Possum, what do you say? Possum. Okay. A woman arrived at the sheriff's office lobby and said that her local pharmacy was overcharging her for medicine. So she took it without paying. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even know how that's possible. After further investigation, the woman was arrested for stealing the medication. Yeah, you don't, she local pharmacy and was overcharging her for medicine, so she just took it without paying. I'm gonna pray all around that one because I'm always on medicine. Not as much as I used to be. And here comes Sneezy. Sneezy can open the door on his own because he's a magic cat. I know what it's like, and God bless Eric Mullins and anybody that worked at Mullins Pharmacy. I want to thank you for giving me the best pharmacy that I think was salt of the earth. I absolutely loved each and every one of you, and I miss you very much. I'm grateful for everything that you gave me in this town. That was that will be hard shoes to follow. So I'm grateful for all the things that you did for me. If you were here in Dahlonega and you had them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I am very sorry about your medicine. I know it can be expensive. So yeah, that's a little strange how she got her medicine. Hopefully that gets worked out because it's hard to get medicine in jail. Okay, September 18th. A woman said her grandson won't return her camper. A woman said her grandson won't return her camper. Well, I hope that he returns it. That's your grandma. You don't mess with your grandma. Please return grandma's camper. And maybe we need to get like a Save Grandma's Camper task force. There are plenty of us out there that will take care of that. I mean, not like take care of that. I'm not doing terroristic threat or anything. I'm just saying, we'll make little signs. We got fall. We got, little tourist season coming up. Save Grandma's camper. So, I'm sorry, Grandma. Hopefully, Grandma, you get your camper back. Okay. A woman said she saw... Sorry, I gotta make sure I don't sneeze. A woman said she saw two young females open her mailbox. No, we're already federal fencing right here. Don't touch people's mailboxes. Federal world. When she asked them what they were doing, they said that they were just leaving her a flower. Okay, maybe. I'm giving people benefit of the doubt. Benefit. The woman later... I will figure out my book. I don't think this is going well because this is getting long. Checked the mailbox and found a flower. So they were telling the truth. Woman said two young females opened her mailbox. When she asked them what they were doing, she said that they were just leaving her a flower. The woman later checked the mailbox, found a flower with an attached letter titled Death Note. Y'all, this is not made up. The letter stated that whoever receives the flower and the note, would soon die. This is not a happy, I need to go back to, Matt Aiken, please, no, I don't like this. The woman said she didn't know who the females were that hang around the neighborhood often. We will find out. Why would you do that? This is a sad one. Why would you do that to somebody? Y'all think about that. That's malice. That's to hurt somebody. A death note. The letter stated that whoever receives the flower and the note would soon die. I mean, I get that people have gifts. I get that a lot. Remember, I said I watched Ancient Aliens. I know that Genghis Khan was a shaman that talked to aliens. But there's a nicer way to put that. You could have put a flower. I hope you have a great day, even if you died soon. That breaks my heart. If you're reading this, or not reading this, if you're watching this and you were the one that got that flower, I'm sorry. I would like to know where your mailbox is, and I'm going to fill it with other stuff. Maybe you'll get Fred the Turtle. I'm so sorry. God bless you and the people that are so sad in their miserable life that they feel the need to go out and do stuff like that. God bless them. I need something funny. I need something. Come on. Okay. September 20th. Maybe it's the change. I need to find out if Mercury's retrograde or something. Okay. September 20th. A woman said her adult daughter fell asleep in her room with the light on. So when she went in to turn it off, when she did, she was bitten by a killer. Her daughter's Rottweiler. Well, I hope you're okay. Dog bites are not fun. Actually, there's more germs if you get bit by a human than you get bit by a dog. So at least your daughter didn't bite you. But, that's kind of good in a way if you turn it a positive spin that the dog was doing its job. Maybe we can look at a happy note that's okay. I hope that you are okay. That killer was protecting your daughter. Maybe we can look at this as a good spin. And I sometimes fall asleep with the light on because I stay up late researching strange things about tribes that started from wolves. So turn your light off. Good. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Give me something. Come on. Lonnie Nugget. Okay, September 21st. A woman said someone scratched the door of her Ford Edge while it was parked just off of the square. Okay. I hope it was on accident and they did not know. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. A woman said someone stole her Trump yard sign. I don't think I'm going to comment on that after last night. I don't know if someone took it home to frame in their house or if they took it home to have a party or if they... I don't know. I really don't know what's going on right now. My little, there's another book out there. Anyway, it's about this monkey. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I do have a YouTube story about that, but he reminds me of, anyway, I'm not good. Anyway, there's two things you don't talk about at the dinner table when you are with guests, and that is politics and religion. you don't talk about it because it's just rude. And that's from Big Fish. One of the greatest movies ever. It's also good advice. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But, again, get you a deer cam. Save up about $45, $50. Get you a deer cam. Set it somewhere, and then you would know if it was like somebody grabbing that Trump sign because they were just excited to have it, or if they were getting it like, so, yeah, get some security cameras. So. Okay, a man said someone, I'm sorry, this is going long. I just obviously need to talk. A man said someone used his PayPal account to buy motorcycle gear. They've got to be able to way to track that. Hold on. You see my cat's looking at me right now. I can't. Thank you. I heard people saying, bless you. Ashley, I heard you. Thank you. Patty, thank you. Okay. I was supposed to say hello to somebody else. I had another friend. Who did I talk to at 6 Gap? I'm so sorry. I forgot. Okay. Okay, well, I'm glad that maybe it was safety gear. Maybe it was an accident. But good thing is about PayPal is they got all the beep, 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 beep numbers, and they can figure all that out. Okay. All right. A man said he received several unemployment documents from Kansas, but he never lived in Kansas. I never thought I had a broken nose. So, maybe I need to watch Season 7 of Ancient Aliens. Maybe it wasn't broken. Maybe I have been abducted. Just like this man may have had visited Kansas. You never know. Oh no, no, it's not real. And all these text messages we're getting now saying they, all the unclaimed money and that your Netflix payment didn't go through. Y'all just please don't click that. Please stop. Okay. One more, please. See what we got here. A man said he let a friend borrow his Jeep, and he is refusing to give it back. Okay, so do not start this statement that a man said that a friend and he's not giving it back. This man is not your friend. Friends don't do this. It's always good to have a what you think a friend is. Kind of make a little category. Kind of like if you had 3 or 4 words to describe yourself and your code. And this is what I always try to get across to my own children. And to myself. And like I do try very hard every night. I've said before when I brush my teeth, I'm looking in the mirror at my broken nose. I want to be a person of honor. And I have things that are very important to me. And so it's good, and you can just start with one thing that if you're struggling with not being where you are, like I had always struggled with my weight, and so I was like, okay, I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I make good choices with food. I drink water. I don't eat processed sugar, and so I had to kind of have these different mantras every single day. And then I had to start telling myself, because I had like an imposter syndrome, even though I've ran so many races, and I finally had to start, the day I'm a runner, I'm an athlete. So having all these different things, and it works. And for most of the day, especially when it comes to like I said, my marriage, my children, and I mean, there's so many parts of my day. I'm truly happy, um, and I like that, and I try very hard when I find myself in situations where I do like self checks. Um, are you truly happy enough? You know, when if you find yourself in that situation and you're not, you know, is it a thing where we go into the serenity prayer, and and that is a big part of my life. You know, how much can I control? What's going on? And trying to get down to the nitty gritty of it. And and I've had a lot of stuff going on lately, and I've had a lot of people. It's so neat how they reach out to you and they're like, "Hey, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I just want you to know that I love you." And a lot of times, that's all it takes. So, if someone, if they cross your mind and you're like, you know, I was thinking about Ashley today, or, you know, I was thinking about Aaron, or, you know, so and so crossed my mind. Take the 2 seconds to maybe even just kind of send them an emoji and say, hey, yeah, I was thinking about you today. You don't even have to have a reason. Um, it it could really change somebody's day. It did mine. It did mine today. Not just as a simple little picture from someone that I have the. I mean, it's amazing what a 2 second text can do to change a day. So, yeah, I know that wasn't like laughing and jumping up and down and funny, and I apologize for that. But sometimes, you know, I've always told my kids every day is not going to be Disney World. And then when I hear someone say, oh man, I just had the worst day, I try to stop and say, okay, let's think about that. Was it a bad day or did you have bad moments? Because there's nothing wrong with having bad moments. It's very rare that we have a bad day. I mean, it's like 24 hours in that day. You know, was it all bad all day? And sometimes, unfortunately, those days do happen. Um, and I'm sorry. And especially if you work in jobs where you see people on the worst days of their life. And I teach those students. I teach at the college too with all the nursing students, and I talk about that how anyway. But I'm going off again, and I'm sorry, but not really. Sometimes people need to hear things I don't even know about. This kind of gets to about 1,000 people in an hour. So before I sneeze again, hold on. Oh, my non-broken nose. I thought that was funny. But I want to thank all of you. I had such nice messages, and how a lot of people reach out to me after my surgery. And again, I am grateful for all of you. And if you are hurting, if you have something that is weighing on you and causes you to lose sleep, don't ignore it. I've said for many years, I had a doctor as a child, and in her office, her name was Nell Rogers. She was a doctor we used to like drive a long way to go to. She said the 5 most dangerous words are, maybe it will go away. Maybe somebody needed to hear that today. 5 most dangerous words are, maybe it will go away. Because most of the time it doesn't. You need to deal with things. And that's not always easy. Sometimes sitting back is the answer. But, yeah, you guys are stronger than you think you are. And I had an incredible person tell me tonight. I had some really good wisdom with some things. And she was like, think about all the other things that you have gotten through. All the other things inside your life that were tough. And there was a pause, and I'm going through them in my head, and I'm thinking, yeah, that. And she said, you survived it. And I was like, yeah, Yeah, I did. I'm not done. So, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's just, too, a lot of times when you're coming, out of surgery with the medicine and everything, and I think too, I'm struggling with the empty house, and not having the sounds of music, and just a lot of stuff. But that is okay. That is okay. So we're going to end this very long one up tonight with, again, one of my favorite quotes, and one of my girlfriends saw it when I was doing a very hard hill, and that's with Ernest Hemingway. So we're going to go from Genghis Khan to Ernest Hemingway, and we also had our Ancient Aliens. But in The Old Man and the Sea, and I've said this before, and I love this because it sums up so much of my life, and probably for a lot of you. But, of course, it's a story about an old man at the sea. Of course, there's always more to it. Ernest Hemingway was brilliant. Kind of crazy, but he was brilliant. And it's about his time in the ocean. And it's kind of a white whale type story, too. But there were times inside the summer that he had a young man in his boat with him. Because school wasn't in, and this young man, he really enjoyed talking to. And some days they would talk about lots of things, and some days they just wouldn't really talk about anything. But he really liked his time, just being on the water, and we all know what that's like, and the power of the salt, how you feel it on your skin and on your lips, and what that does, just how powerful that is. And when the young boy, so I remember, but he had gone back to school, and so the old man, he gets back to the sea, and swordfish, and he's still fishing, and he said that in his boat sometimes that he would still talk to the young boy, as though he were still there. He missed him. And we all do that. If we are talking to people from our past that are no longer on earth, or we have conversations with people that are still on earth that we may be too afraid to say to them, or that we practice saying. I know that I mumble a lot in my car and practice conversations. My husband's like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, but he would sit in his boat and he would still talk to the young boy even though he wasn't there. And the line is something like, the people in the town, they thought that I was crazy. But that is okay, for I know that I'm not. Different little crime beat today. A little bit of therapy for me, and I needed it. And I thank you for being patient with me. Tomorrow's a new day. I think tomorrow's a new month. So, welcome to the rest of your life tomorrow. And Sabotage was a really cool warrior. I love you guys. Love yourself. And start each day knowing that you have a purpose. And when your feet hit the ground, some days it's cool to start off running. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. So, okay. I got a paper to write. I got to explain to this student about where I got all my information. Because it might not have been season 6. It might have been season 5. Anyway, I love you all very much. And, yes, thank you for bearing with me with this long one. And all my advice-isms. Just my word now. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, whenever you are getting to this one. This was a long one. Yeah, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for my Wednesday time. This is more therapeutic for me than you think it is. I get a lot of comments and a lot of people thanking me for their time with their laughter. But it's more for me than you know, too. So, thank you. I love you. Give yourself a hug. Do something for yourself because you deserve good things.